Hey guys, what's up? It's Eli here. I'm joined with Jared and Mike, and we are checking out Radical, which is the new game from BeaverTap Games here. So just hop right into normal, and I guess Mike, if you want to talk about what you do here or what I'm doing here.
Well, you'll notice Eli is horrible at this game for one thing. Just to start off, in normal mode is just a slower speed than hard mode. Nothing much slower start speed. Both modes gradually speed up, and you're just trying to go through the gaps of the walls with your little triangle ship thing. And
I'm doing pretty good now.
Yeah, that's pretty good. The only, and then the main thing you do with this game is you go. The main thing you do is go between, or you wrap around to each side of the wall.
Watch a video. Get you some money.
Raking in the cash right now.
Yeah.
This whole video should just be, this whole TA play should just be ads. That's all. At least you got a short ad. Ads. I think that was a 15-second one, right?
Should I download this so you get credit for it?
No, you don't need to download.
Where do I sign up for a Discover card?
I'll explain.
So that gets me a free continue.
I'll explain the continues. Yeah, it's each. You get the option after you score 20 points. You get the option to watch an ad to continue. Now, if you crash again, your game's over. So we limit it to one continue per game, per video. Hey, you got your
47 is pretty
normal
good.
high score.
That's
I guess.
That's better than my normal high score, but I only play hard.
Let's kick up to hard.
I sent you guys codes and you guys immediately played hard. That was like the first. That was like you said normal is too slow. Boom, hard. I personally play on hard all the time. Like
I think normal's fun though. It's good practice. I think.
I mean, it'll gradually speed up. Like once you get around like 60 or 80 points up there, it starts to feel a little faster. But
well, because I don't know what you did, but you made some tricky things in this game where you think you have to go one way, but you actually have to go the other way through the wall. And
yeah,
it always screws me up, and I hate it.
There's five columns of gaps basically, and if you have a gap in the first column, and then the next wall has a gap in the fifth column, you have to wrap around. There's a hole.
My brain is not going to be able to process that while I'm playing. So you basically put that in there to.
The tricky part is when there's a gap 1, and then you have gap 4 in the next one. So it almost looks like you can make it from 1 to 4, but the odds of you making it aren't very good. You have to wrap around to the opposite side. So
I'm doing really bad here, by the way.
So it's basically cheating, but you can make it. You have to wrap around every time there's a hole in the side. You have to wrap around.
I don't believe you.
That's the trick.
So now is the continue system only in normal mode, or is it just not throwing them to me in hard mode?
You have to get 20 points or more to be offered to continue. So if you can't get to 20, then you can't continue.
Then you can't watch.
There we go. I'm getting to 20 right now. Oh god.
There you go.
All right, so now we'll watch another ad for you.
Now you watch it and continue from 26. Most videos are 15 to 30 seconds, so it's depending on the network, and depending on the video.
That's awesome. Smule.
You love
I'm
Smule.
totally gonna download that.
They have some good apps though. Smule. Oh yeah, and I should mention that you can play in landscape or portrait. It just looks better on probably for a video when you.
This is what it looks like in portrait mode. You can. I don't know which. I'm up in the air as to whether I like this mode better than landscape mode.
I play portrait on my iPhone, and I play landscape on my iPad mini. For some reason, I feel like I switch between them on the phone and the iPad. What do you play on, Jared? What did you play on your iPhone?
I play phone and I play portrait.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I figured nowadays with bigger phones, Jared doesn't have to worry about thumb cramps. So,
yeah, I noticed when I've been playing this, I haven't cramped up. So
sometimes,
that's good, right?
Sometimes you get a little cramped on the iPhones, but if you have like the iPhone 6 or higher, I got a 5S still. Count for anything cool?
So let's talk about Mike. Let's talk about the trailer? How did you make the trailer?
Oh, you want to talk about the trailer?
Yeah, the trailer's amazing.
Well, okay, you look at this game and you think, okay, it's a pretty simple concept, and it's nothing too crazy. There's not much. And I was thinking for a gameplay trailer, you probably watched a couple seconds, and without us talking about the game and what goes into making the game.
Way to backpedal.
Yeah,
no, it's probably going to turn our video off.
Yeah, there you go. I get the gist of this. I don't want to hear these dudes. F them. Yeah, but I think I just wanted to do something ridiculous for a trailer, since the game itself is a simple concept, and you would get the gist of the game after a few seconds, and so I feel like I just gathered a couple of my friends up and put them in stupid costumes, and we actually had Whitaker Trabella, of musician and developer of Polymer and Pivot.
Highly talented.
I when you tweeted that, I was like, oh, of course, because before when I watched it, I was like, man, who the hell did the music for this? Who do we know that would do music for Mike? This is actually really awesome. And then you mentioned it, I was like, oh god, I'm stupid.
Who would create the world's dumbest theme for a game? It's like, wait, Whitaker Trabella. Yeah, I sent him some lyrics and told him the idea, the gist, and he was totally down and sent back something perfect. So
that's amazing.
I was like, oh my god, that's perfect. So he sent something back.
Did you use an iPhone app for the special effects and stuff?
No, I used my horrible editing for the special effects. That's how most of my videos turn out anyway, regardless of if I'm trying to make them look like
you used real VHS tapes to make transfers.
Dude, I used to do that long ago, back in the day.
I think the Mikey Shorts Fun Hour should be a real show.
Did you like that? Did you notice that it's kind of a little take on the Super Mario Brothers Super Show?
Yeah, it looked like
it. It's very clever.
It's very similar looking, the little homage to that. Yeah, I thought that was.
Would you say it's a clone?
How much was your what was your budget for the trailer, or is that to Inside Baseball?
That's Inside Baseball.
It's like
because
$25.
I'm always telling people that they need to really think outside the box when they do their video promotions and stuff or when they're doing their game promotions and stuff these days, because especially when you're releasing a game like this, not to be shitty or anything, but this is just kind of another see how far you can go difficult game that fits in the folder of all the other games that you have.
Yeah, it's a quick, just a quick reaction game that you would just, play for a few minutes and be done, and then maybe come back to it later and play for a couple minutes.
It's kind of an interesting problem, because it's how do you make a game that you see everything that, you could look at 5 seconds of video of this game and get the gist of it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And, and your trailer solved the problem of how do you get interesting video content out of a game that you could watch 5 seconds and get the gist of. Yeah,
because I feel we wanted to capture the sort of the vibe of old school Atari games, because that's a lot of these quick reaction games are very similar, or they have a feel of a lot of older games, a lot of simple kind of Atari games from back in the day. So I kind of wanted to. I figured that sort of 80s commercial vibe where you show real life stuff and try to make something look super cool, and then you cut to the gameplay footage and it's just pretty plain looking. It's pretty basic, and then you go back to this 3D world, and you're like, oh wait, and then back to the game, and it's just
basically nailed it though.
Top down,
Hey,
But I mean, you definitely rounding up your friends, shooting some video, and putting it together in Final Cut or whatever. That doesn't cost a whole lot of money.
No.
Right?
You just have to get
the... It's easy to do it bad, though.
Yeah, it's easy to do it bad. Well, I felt like I did it bad, but the right kind of bad, because it was purposely
bad.
Yeah, it was bad. It was pretty awful. My friends kept texting me while I was editing, because I only recorded them for a very short time. And then they kept texting me when I was in the middle of editing on the weekend, and they're like, "How's it looking? Is it awesome?" And I was like, "It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible." But people are gonna like it, but it's horrible. But look at Carter.
Look how good Carter's doing. Carter's 112. That's crazy.
He pretty much
on hard mode.
Yeah, he pretty much.
Yeah.
I got 64. That's my best.
Yeah, a little.
So what else should we check out in here? This kind of seems like.
It's very basic. Look,
Kinda
oh yeah, Whitaker did the music for the game
yeah,
too.
there you go.
Cool. He also did the music for the game. But yeah, there's nothing much to show. I mean, come on, guys. Everyone got the gist.
I mean, I guess
it's
so.
free.
Well,
has some occasional ads.
It reminds me of ribbon candy.
Do I know ribbon candy?
Ribbon candy?
Are you a senior citizen?
What is
if you're not, then you don't know what ribbon candy is.
Oh God.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna go research what ribbon candy is. But,
yeah, I know.
This is radical. So thanks for joining us, Mike. And I don't know. I guess if
it's free.
If this game looks cool, download it. It's free. I mean, whatever.
Awesome.